I used to run this huge nonprofit devoted to sexuality and spirituality where we helped people come out from religious backgrounds. It was amazing. We had 40,000 members across 19 different countries. Every year we planned this huge conference. And so from 19 different countries, all kinds of queer and trans people would flood the convention center of that city. And it was like this utopian. We all got to belong and share common stories. We had 4 keynotes and 50 workshops and 5 luncheons and a volunteer day. And everybody got to bond over the 4 days we were together. And then we would go home to our secret little isolated corners of the world, and everybody felt so sad and depressed. As a therapist, I know that we all experience that in a different way with post Pride blues, right? It's on the other side of Pride Month, we're on the other side of 4th of July. We have the dog days of summer to look forward to. And after we leave all of that connection and hype and celebration and belonging and camaraderie, it can feel incredibly lonely to go back into your corner of the world. And I totally get this. It is such a crash, it's such a letdown. One of the things that we talk about first is always take care of your health. When we're trying to balance out our mood, especially from anxiety and depression, we don't want to overwhelm the central nervous system more. So what we recommend is going for some light walks. Let's get some aerobic exercise, not anaerobic exercise. Let's get you moving in a way that will help produce all of those great hormones, all of the, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but all of the hormones that really assist with rest and recovery. We don't want you doing hard workouts that are going to pump adrenaline and cortisol, all of the stress hormones into the system. We also want you to find your community. You know, Pride is a great exposure to what is possible. And then we kind of have to go out and create what we got a taste of. You know, it's like if I went to Baskin Robbins and had a lick of ice cream, now it's my job to go home and replicate that so I can enjoy it because I don't live near Baskin Robbins, right? Thanks for playing along with my metaphor. But let's take care of you externally with your health and internally by finding that community. The other thing that we recommend totally is finding what you enjoy. I love riding my road bike. I love cooking with my husband. I love art. I love dance. You can always find me on the dance floor, especially if salsa or cumbia music is playing. I am totally there swinging my little Latin hips. But I also love throwing dinner parties. So enough of me. I want you to find what makes you happy. And one little slice of life that I think we forget to involve is our own creativity. What in a creative solution can you find to really pull in close towards you? It might be pottery, it might be sewing, so forth and so on. I want you to exercise your creativity and finding the things that help bring you joy. This is all about you, right? The other thing that we really notice is that these post-Pride blues, they can oftentimes trigger something. A history of incredibly devastating loneliness, a history of feeling neglected or rejectable. And so as we come out in Pride season and we feel all of this warmth and belonging, and then we pivot and we go back into our isolated corners, we can feel this gnawing sense that is more reflective of our past as opposed to being created in our present. And if you feel this way, we would definitely call that a trauma response, a trauma trigger. So if pride provokes something in you, if you find that you're eating more, you're hooking up more out of shame and desperation, if you're drinking more, if you're more irritable, whatever it is that might come up out of you as a trauma response, we want to process that with a therapist. There's some free resources. There's a couple nonprofits here in Denver that'll see at a reduced rate. Of course, here at I Am Clinic and I Am Counsel, we have therapists and life coaches trained to help you process some of those triggers so that way we can clean them up so that way you don't have to deal with them in your future. We want you to engage sex and substances and food and your own health in a way that you are proud of, as opposed to in a way that leaves you feeling more shamed. So, all in all, with these post-Pride blues, take care of yourself and surround yourself with people who reflect your value and your worth.